welcome to my channel. I'm Leslie, and today we're in my bedroom where I want to show you where I have started the process of redecorating. So, like I said, I wanted to go into ferns, woods, wickers, just a more woodsy, natural, cozy look. So I'm going to take you around my room now and show you the progress. Alright, so first of all, on this first wall, when you walk in and look to the right, I hung this wicker shelf where the old shelf was, and added one of those fern prints from HomeSense, and the dollar fern that I found, and the little Hobby Lobby green vase, and just put a little sprig in it with my Dollar General beads. And then below it I have a bookshelf, and I have not completed this area yet. In one of those baskets you see a fern poking out. I got a beautiful fern garland from Hobby Lobby the other day. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to put it, but I want to add some more books and, you know, hold them up with the bookshelves or the book ends and things like that. So I haven't finished that area quite yet. The top is pretty much complete. I'm going to add a box of, you know, tissues in here. I've got the fern. I added the little angels there, and then I of course have my diffuser. The next thing I did, remember I had that fern that looked a little dark, like it was black or charcoal gray. I did end up hanging it on this wall simply because, and the lighting is not good right there, simply because I have that black in my bedroom. I have my bed and different things that are black, so I thought, well, why not? But it is only one, so I thought I would put it on a solo wall. So that's where it went. Then I took the Michael's ferns and the green stems that I found and put them in my vase that I got from like Home Goods, TJ Maxx, somewhere like that, a few years ago when I moved in here a couple of years ago. So there's that. Okay. So I took my yoga mat and my exercise equipment. I don't have my bands down in there yet, but, you know, just kind of put that down in there. I did move my makeup table and mirror out of the I haven't eaten. Okay, out of the closet because I wasn't utilizing it. Without seeing it every day, I mean, you know, I would go in there at night and pick out my clothes, but I wasn't in there dressing in the morning, and, you know, I tried to utilize that space, you know, better, but it just didn't work out. So I ended up bringing him back out here, setting it up. This mirror will be replaced. I don't know if I'm going to go wood, if I'm going to go black, you know, round, we don't know. I left this fan needs to be cleaned. I left my bike here. I thought about moving it on the other side, but I haven't done that yet. I have all of the stuff from my side table on the bed because that's downstairs. We're gonna paint that together. This I haven't done much with. I just hung the ferns, hung the lanterns to get an idea, but I can tell you that the arches are coming down, the scroll is coming down, the shelf will come down, everything's coming down. This wall is going to be painted. I'm trying to decide which exact green I want. Perhaps it's misted fern, I'm not sure. I have to go to the Sherwin-Williams store and look at the different colors and put it up against my moss green to see how that will look. On this side, I haven't painted this. I just kind of set it up a little bit with, you know, a couple of things. This is my laundry basket that I got that I'm eventually going to have to move. because I'd really like to bring my wooden ladder up to this room and maybe put it on here, on this wall. I'm not sure. I might do it catty corner. We don't know. And then over here, I brought this bookshelf out of my out of my guest room, and it was covered with contact paper, and when I took it off, some of it kind of peeled up that varnish, that fake wood, but it's fine. Makes it look rustic. We're going with it. So I've just kind of started placing things there, and nothing's final. Then I hung these fern prints, which of course the fern's going the same way. Somebody suggested hanging one of them upside down so the fern would go the other direction. I'm not sure. It's a different idea, so I might just, hold it up on the wall and see what that looks like. And then this wall, I took down my big arch because I'm going to hang that 3-shelf wicker shelf thing that I picked up. So that's where we are now, but now we're going to go downstairs and work on painting one nightstand. Alright, so now I'm going to work on painting my nightstand in that moss color. So I'm going to gather all of my painting supplies and get started. Alright, so here's the finished product. I painted it that moss green, and who knows if the lighting is good enough for you to really see it. But that's it. So now we're going to move on to a little DIY that I would like to do with you. Alright, first what we're going to do before we get to the DIY, I wanted to show the materials that I'll be using for this. I got 12 of these 8x10 canvases from Dollar Tree. You can rip the canvas off. You know, my window pane that I have downstairs as you walk in. I think I'm going to take those black arches down from beside that shelf on my bed. I think all of that's coming down. And I'm going to make 2 large window panes and then hang my fern wreaths in the middle of those. So we'll do that together. But I just wanted to show you some other things that I picked up. I picked up a lighter because I can't find mine, and I'd like to light my candles. I got these chalkboard stickers because one of the next few DIYs we will do together is where I take this, put one of these labels on it, and put, like lemonade mix. And then I'm going to make a fake lemonade mix and all of that. Just to go by my lemonade, or my lemon stand, I guess, that I made. Let's see. I got some more E6000 because mine is just so crinkled and crinkled. It's just impossible to get the glue out. At Hobby Lobby, I got the glue at Hobby Lobby for $2.99. I got these for $2.50 each. They were 50% off. And these are the little handles that I will glue at the end. And I'm going to put enough glue in there that it kind of has a little protrusion on both of these, and then paint those like a brownish black to make it look like a screw head, nail head, something. And then the last little thing I picked up from the dollar store, because it's precious, is this little itty bitty truck. It goes with those fairy gardens, but he has hay bales in the back, and I just thought, how precious is he, on a tiered tray. So I think this side looks better actually. So yeah, I had to pick him up before he got snagged by someone else, and that's all I got. I got 12 of these canvases, and then the glue and the handles, and a few things for another project that we'll do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and pull all of the canvases off of the 12 frames, the wooden frames here. I'm going to try it with one of these. Can't seem to quite get under there. My arthritic hands won't allow me to just... take them out or you can leave them. It really doesn't matter. It's personal preference. I think I went through the first time and removed them, and you really don't see them because that's the back side. The main thing you want to do is get all this canvas off. Which I'm going to let you know, if you don't have the strength in your hands that you used to have as a youngin', it's not the easiest thing to do. So all I want to do right now is make sure I get all of this fabric off. And then the front looks like this. And you can sand it or you can leave it as it is. It doesn't matter. I kind of feel like just leaving it the way it is gives it a more weathered look, so it's fine with me. But yeah, like I said, I'm just going to go ahead and take the fabric off of the 12 of them, and then I'll be back. Okay, changing plans. I'm not going to stain it. That's just a bit too dark, a bit too, I don't know. Makes me a little worried. So I'm going to use my brown oxide. Okay, it's like 25 cents at Walmart. I have water in here. I just add a little water. This is why I don't buy stain, because stain is messy. This is easy. But I wanted to try staining those I have a lot of water in here. And my brown paint said, not really happening. That's alright. We'll get her done. Looks like chocolate milk. So anyway, I just take it and just paint it on. And it's fine to let it soak into that wood. It's just basically water, it'll dry. You can wipe it off, you can let it soak, you can do whatever you want, play around with it, see what happens. kind of like this method better than staining because, I don't know, I just feel like you have a little bit more freedom with the outcome. Alright, so I have allowed these to dry overnight, and I forgot that the color that I was using is one that I use when I make rust. So it's more of a red color. I want to have more of that darker brown, grays, cloudy, weathered look. So I'm going to go over them again. This is just a brown paint I picked up from the dollar store that I need to use up. And then I'm going to add just some gray paint. It doesn't matter what shade, you know, you just want to add a little bit. So maybe no real measurements, just throwing it in there. We can always fix it. You see how that gives it a more weathered look? I think I could still add a bit more gray. Wrong color. Good thing it didn't come out. Now I could also just take it and stain it with this brown and then dry brush some gray over it. That's also an option. I'm just going to test this and see what it looks like. Yeah, that's got that more weathered look that I'm looking for. Doing it on the back so I can test it. And it's dark. Got to get it a bit lighter. So gonna add a little bit more water, add some white, where's my white? My white would be, where's my white paint? No idea where my white paint is. Oh, there it is. Let's see how that looks. Wow, that went really light. Let's see how that grays and whites are coming through more now. So, we're getting there. Gonna add a little bit more brown. Alright, so this is where it turned out to be. Still dark. I may just go over it with a dry brush with gray. But, you know, whatever. Today is not my day to get the color that I want, and that's okay. I will live. Alright, and then I'm going to go over this with gray dry brush and show you what I'm trying to achieve. Now, just going to use a piece of paper because it's good enough. I don't know if y'all can see that. But it just kind of gives it a weathered look. So I'm putting paint on, getting most of it off, and then just going over it with some gray. And then you can see that gray running through it, maybe. Just kind of ages it a little bit and calms it down. Alright, I've made a terrible mess, but I seem to have figured out how I want this to be. So I've got this gray here with a bunch of that wet brown around it, and I'm just tapping a little bit into that gray, mostly into the brown, but picking up enough of that gray so that my undercoat will have more of that gray tone. And then what I'm doing, you see how that's more gray? I'm just dipping into this watery brown homemade stain and going over it with that, and that just gives it that brown tone. So I just keep doing that, and it kind of looks gray. And then we add a little bit of this brown, and that's giving me the look that I want. So I'm glad that I finally figured out how I wanted to do that. It's quite messy. Everything is okay. It's okay. Everything is fine. So I have 2 more of these frames to do, and then I will take you into my room. On the floor, I have these laid out on some cardboard, and I will show you what they look like. Let me do this one last side. Feeling like a little bit of, I'm channeling my inner Bob Ross. It's a happy little window pane. Okay. And at first I was wiping it all down, drying it all down. I'm just letting it dry on its own. I'm not trying to wipe it off or do anything. Just let it soak in there. It'll dry. Everything's fine. Everything gonna be all right. So I don't know. What do you think? You think it's a happy little one to paint? I think it is. Alright, so here is the what the final product looks like. it's just the 6 window panes. They're drying right now. When they're you know, completely dry, I will take E6000 and glue each of them together and then put a handle on it, and it'll be a window pane. And it cost me $7.50. Hold on. Then we had the handle, $10, and then the glue. This cost me like $12 versus the $60, $70 they want to charge you in the store. The children are playing. Let's get our daily dose. Cat wins. Well, I thought I would try my handle on it. That's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to take that back to Hobby Lobby and get something with just one screw nut too, because he's too big. You know, you could put him up there, but why would you have one in the middle? You could probably turn it sideways, but that doesn't feel right. So yeah, we'll just have to, gosh, make another trip to Hobby Lobby. What a shame. Alright, so if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.